Also, Rashid Kidwai, author and political commentator, regular face on India Today. Appreciate both you gentlemen for joining us. Rashid Kidwai, I want to come to here because I find it very interesting that 2nd March, Bharatiya Janata Party says our first list is ready for Lok Sabha. Remains to be seen how many names. Many are speculating about 100. Do you think it's also a messaging that we are a disciplined party, unlike, let's say, the India bloc, which is still struggling to announce its seat-sharing alliances?
Yeah, I think, Akshita, you see, the BJP is trying to display its confidence and the total control over all aspects of electioneering. It wants to win that race and fast. It is basically conveying that, 2024 election is a done deal. Level of preparedness is very high. Selection of candidate is very smooth. Remember, in contrast, the India alliance is struggling for seat sharing, etc. Then finding right, candidate is going to be very chaotic and problematic. So basically, it's a perception game. What they say in Hindi, a mahal is sought to be created that it's a no contest election, and therefore I think the BJP, which is very comfortably placed to win a simple majority of 272, mind you, that is what matters, that figure, magic figure of 272.
Correct.
But the BJP wants to take it to another level and give it to, Mr. Modi, that it, crossed 300, it improved 2019 figure. And perhaps what they are saying about 370. And of course, I find that very far-fetched. But the whole, idea behind this thing, electioning is a mind game. It basically wants to score a psychological victory and a psychological blow to its political opponents.
Very interesting point made. Mahal bana rahe hai BJP. It is a mind game to say that, it's March and we are ready at least with the first 100 names out of 500. Stay on with me, Rashid Kidwai. Sanjay Singh, I want to ask you here because, with the survey that the BJP appears to have done, as my colleague Paulomi Saha is also telling us, that there is this understanding of the ground, and where they're saying that the MP may not perform. They may not get a chance. And don't you think it's too coincidental that Jayant Sinha and Gautam Gambhir, before that list is announced, says, relieve us of our duties politically. We will want to focus on cricket duties or the climate change aspect.
Yeah, that's a very interesting situation which happened today. I would say honorable exit for both of them,
yes,
and a pre-decided thing. But fact remains, in case of Jayant Sinha, when he entered politics, he was looked as somebody who was bright, somebody well-educated, and also had a good kind of understanding of politics and had that particular hunger to do well in politics. Initially, he was appointed, if you remember, MOS Home.
Yes.
MOS Finance. And Arun Jaitley was Finance Minister. Subsequently moved to Civil Aviation. But it's a bizarre case. When his father's ambition, Yashwant Sinha's ambition, actually brought down his own son. Generally, it happens.
Possibly, yes. Many would like to say his comments, yes.
Yes, generally fathers promote son and take him to a different direction, particularly in politics. Here it was just a reverse case, and one would feel sorry for Yashwant Sinha, his son, Jayant Sinha.
Yeah.
Jayant Sinha was a good parliamentarian, was a good administrator, and had kind of that kind of education. You want people like Jayant Sinha in politics. Gautam Gambhir was another case. He an ace cricketer, very popular face on television, very popular face to reconnect with people. And he had also done some good work in his Delhi constituency, parliamentary constituency. He kind of started his lunch schemes for 1 rupee or 10 rupees, something like that. And quality food he was serving also did good for sporting activity in
or maybe Sanjay Singh, can we also say that you never know with BJP, maybe there are some more fresh opportunities both for Gautam Gambhir and Jayant Sinha, maybe in climate change and cricket, for who knows, what the future holds. So it could be interesting days ahead as well. In just a short while, to the viewer who's tuning into our telecast, in the next few minutes, the Bharatiya Janata Party set to announce, as we are informed by our sources on the ground, the first list of the Lok Sabha. It's 2nd March, remember. Election Commission has not yet announced the schedule, and yet the BJP says at least about 100 names possibly will be ready. Paulomi, I'll come back to you now. What is happening there at the headquarters? 6 p.m. we are told, it's about 6:15. Any reason for delay? Who are expected to address the press conference? And at this point, do you think that they'll want to begin with perhaps the expected big names initially?
That's right. Pooja, we're expecting that press conference to begin shortly. Top leaders of the Bharatiya Janata Party, of course, are expected to address that press conference. And yes, as has been the tradition in the past as well, the list is always started with the first name, which is Narendra Modi. And that's how it goes as far as the first candidate list of the BJP is concerned. So this is quite literally BJP blowing the poll bugle, right? Aside from, of course, on the campaign field, which the Prime Minister has been on quite already, even before, of course, the general election schedule has been announced. He, in fact, very interestingly, Pooja, if you look at his, tour plan, over the last, few weeks, since, of course, the Pran Pratishtha in Ayodhya on January 22nd, he has been touring states where the BJP is not set to be at its strongest, be it the southern states of Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh and Kerala. Speak about Bengal now, Jharkhand as well, Bihar as well, where they want to, of course, improve their tally now that the NDA Gathbandhan is back on track. This is going to be the focus. Okay, so we're expecting, there's been a lot of, anticipation as everyone looking towards the door, as to waiting for the BJP leaders to arrive over here shortly.
I see
to
some
announce
activity behind you, Polumi.
Candidate
what
list.
is happening?
But yes, in the last election, we're expecting in a short while from now, in fact, the BJP press conference to begin. So they're all set, they're all mic'd up and all ready to announce that candidate list. In fact, in the first candidate list, which in fact arrived around the third week of March in 2019, there were 184 candidates that were announced. And I still remember, the entire list being read out, and it was a really long list, but it was read out in its entirety. So we're expecting that, those names will be announced today as well. Even if it's over 100, expect all 100 names to be announced. Nobody will be left out after, say, the first 50 names, saying, the rest of the list will be with you in a short while from now. Expect all names to be announced. But, like we've been saying, top candidates, most prominent faces of the party, and their seats will be announced first. So we're expecting Prime Minister Narendra Modi, Amit Shah, Rajnath Singh to be, of course, top of that list as well. Of course, the BJP. Okay, Vinod Tawde, Jay Panda, who's in charge of Uttar Pradesh, they are going to be announcing that list. They're here, Pooja. Vinod Tawde, General Secretary of the party, Jay Panda, in charge Uttar Pradesh, Vice President, BJP.